Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and today I am doing a book review, and I am reviewing The Devil is a Lie by Rashonda Tate Billingsley. This is the story of Nina, who wins the lottery, a $16 million jackpot, and looks forward to the opportunity to spend that money not just on herself, but to share it with her fiance and her family, and come to find out she is not officially divorced from her husband. And so along with dealing with him and his whore, his fiance or his girlfriend that he left her for, who's a whore, between dealing with the two of them and then the changes in dynamics and relationships that she has with her family as well as her fiance, this is the story of how her life is changed by the windfall that she received from the lottery. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. This is, I think, the second book that I have read by Rashonda Tate Billingsley. I read one by her many years ago, so long ago that I do not remember what the book was that I read by her, and I liked it so much. And then she's done a series that she co-writes with Victoria Christopher Murray, where one of Victoria Christopher Murray's characters and one of her characters have come together out of their own series, and they've come together and made joint books featuring those two characters as well as some other characters from their novels. And I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Very seldomly do I have the opportunity to read a book in one sitting. I would have finished this in one sitting had I had a whole day to read it. It took me 2 days. I picked it up at like 10 o'clock one night, and then I was so looking forward to reading it the next day that as soon as I got off work, I picked it up again to read the rest of it, and I finished it before like 11 o'clock the following night. I could not put it down. It reads so well, and the people are so real, and the dynamics of her family is like so many of the characters and some of the things that they say are those people where you say we all have one. Those people are present in this novel. Both Nina's grandmother and her ex-husband, or who she thought was her ex-husband's grandmother, some of the things that they say in the story had me laughing out loud. It was absolutely hilarious. And there is that tone, the hilariousness that goes along with it is throughout the story, and some of the things that the other characters say. There are many points in this story where you feel like Nina is not as wise as she should be when it comes to dealing with some things, but where her knowledge is lacking, there are other people who are in her family and who she talks to, her friends that she talks to, that know what should be done, what should have been done, what was wise for her to do. And there are some things that she goes to where she's gotten their advice and she still does whatever she wants to anyway. And the fallout from that is something that she has to deal with. And the story, gives you how she deals with it and the choices that she makes to how she's going to go along in her future. Nina is the main character of the story, but there are other characters in the story who are just as important as Nina. Her ex-husband Todd, for one, as well as her fiance and Todd's whore. And it all, weighs on everybody. Wants this huge financial windfall, or the opportunity to have this huge financial windfall. And then what happens when you get it and you have to deal with the fallout. And this novel is the fallout. How having such a huge windfall can change your life, both for the good and for the bad. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would definitely suggest reading it. Rashonda Tate Billingsley is a faith-based or Christian fiction writer, but the things that are put forth in the novel, the way that the faith is done in the novel is subtle, and it's not overbearing, but you do get it, and it's real. That's one of the things that I really enjoyed about reading this novel, the realness of it. I don't read a lot of what would be urban fiction or contemporary fiction these days. And I remember after reading this why I really enjoyed reading these kinds of novels when I did, and it's because of the realness that exists in the novels. While some things can be a little overdone or over dramatized, there are so many things that take place and things that are said, the characters that exist that are very real, and it's easier to see them when they're put forth in a medium such as this versus when you have to deal with them in real life, and it's easier to tolerate them, or it's more you can stomach it better when you get it in this format versus dealing with it in real life. Because even some of her family members that she has that show up out of the woodwork, had they, if it were real life, there would be no entertaining the conversation. You're not getting shit. Bye. And the way that she deals with them is interesting because she puts in a lot more energy into them than I think many of us would. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, and I look forward to the next time that I read a Rashonda Tate Billingsley novel. Because of my TBR, it will probably be quite some time from now, but that is the benefit of owning books. Doesn't matter when you get them, you can read them at any time. So that's all that I have for today, and I hope you all have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.